Hello, Nistas and Nistos. How are you today? Welcome back to the channel. Hello, my name is SavingsFashionista, and over here, this is what we call Nistas Nation. And here in Nistas Nation, we do mainly things fragrances, but there are times that I will sprinkle a little bit of this or a little bit of that into the content. So I want to thank you guys for coming back over. So today, we are here to talk about blind buying fragrances. Now, blind buying fragrances. Okay, you guys. Honestly, I get a thrill out of it. I totally get a thrill out of it. However, there are some rules or some tips that I do use prior to purchasing a blind buy. Now, everything that I can't go to a local store or a local perfume boutique and get here where I live, no, I do not blind buy it. There are fragrances and there are times that I do purchase samples to see if I like this fragrance. But there are some fragrances that I just really like to take a risk with. So I'm going to talk to you today about what those two fragrances are. I bought two fragrances within the last 3 or 4 months that are blind buys, and I want to share with you the tips that I use. Okay, so the first tip for blind buying is know and understand your personal scent profile. Your personal scent profile, it could be isolated notes, or it could fall into a fragrance class. So when I say isolated notes, for instance, if I wanted to use the floral note, okay, florals. You know you like florals, but what do you like in a floral? Do you like the daisy note? Do you like the rose note? Do you like the tuberose note? All right, another example, it could be a citrus. Okay, I know that I like citrus. So what do you like about citrus? What do you like mainly in the citrus fragrance class? Is it bergamots that you like? Is it orange? What is it that you like about that particular class? So that's what it means to know and understand your scent profile. All right, the second thing that I am mindful of before purchasing a blind buy is what works well with my body chemistry. Okay, you guys, so sometimes your nose will like something that your body do not like. There are situations where that happens. It smells good, but it does not agree with your own personal body chemistry. And your body chemistry or your DNA, it is just like your fingerprint. It's one of a kind. So you have to know and understand what works well with it. And the third thing is always check out reviews of content creators that do fragrance reviews, or they talk about fragrances. Make sure that that content creator that you're reviewing, before you purchase that blind buy, go and see what they had to say about that fragrance. Okay, so one of these blind buys was sealed by Sebastian. Sebastian is one of my favorite content creators here on YouTube. I've been watching him for years, and he is a fan of Iris. So before I bought this fragrance, one of these fragrances that I'm going to share with you, I did go over and check out what his thoughts were on the fragrance, and I went ahead and I pressed that button. So let's just get right into these fragrances. Okay, so about 4 months ago, maybe 4.5 months, because I bought it like at the end of the year. All right, so I purchased this fragrance, and it is called Iris Malikhan. Iris Malikhan is from the house of Maison Crivelli. Now, some of you all have probably seen the hypeness and the buzz from Maison Crivelli, because I think he's like on a world tour now. I'm seeing him all over social media. I think that this fragrance is now in I don't know what store. I want to say Bloomingdale's, and I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But the fragrance is now in one of our major department chains. I still have not seen this fragrance in my local stores or my local perfume boutiques. So they are really promoting this. This house was established in France, and it transitioned over to an international level probably about 6 months ago. So if you just do a search on it, you can find some more details out about it. But we're going to talk about this particular fragrance. So the notes in the Iris Malikhan are orris, leather, vanilla, cardamom, mastic, amber, cinnamon, cypress, mimosa, and coriander. All right, so let's talk about the performance of this fragrance. The projection is about a 6. The longevity is probably about an 8. The sillage, depending on your body, I think that it could range from like a 2 to a 5. Now, I know that's a wide stretch, and the reason that I say that, you guys, is because I have experienced this fragrance sillaging more on some days than I have other days. And the gender profile is unisex. Okay, so if I had to put this fragrance in a fragrance class, I would definitely say that this is a green aromatic fragrance. The brand class, of course, is niche. Okay, I do think that it is a skin scent more so than this powerhouse scent. But most green fragrances, they are skin scents. And I think that's what I really love about certain green fragrances. So, now, would I recommend that you purchase this as a blind buy? Nope. If green notes are not your thing, if iris is not your thing, I would not recommend that. So an alternative to not doing so is, of course, to try to get your hands on a sample. That's not always possible. But like I said, I love the edginess and the riskiness. That's just how much I am into fragrances, that some things I totally want to blind buy. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. But there are some constraints that I do use prior to it. So I am really enjoying this fragrance. I would consider this to be like my nighttime, spring, and summer fragrance. When you initially spray the fragrance, it's very leathery. So I don't like the opening of the fragrance. That's not the part that I like. Had I just went into a store and sampled this, I'm telling you, I probably would have not purchased it because I don't particularly care for the opening. I don't hate the opening, but that's not my favorite part of it. So then it transitions over into that cinnamon. You get like this spicy note that you get from a cinnamon, and then it settles down to that iris and that coriander, which are the two notes that I really love in this. So it's just really good. It wears really well in the evening. And if I have to perfectly be honest, as far as the gender profile, this does lean a little bit more to the masculine side than the feminine side. The thing that I think that I like about it and that can make it feminine is more of a softer masculine note. And I am a girl that do like some male notes. So this is the Iris Malikhan by Maison Crivelli. All right, so let's just get right into the next one. And this is on a total different spectrum. It is also a niche fragrance. So this is the Dama Bianca by Zerjoff. All right, now, you know, Zerjoff, they have different classes because they have bottles that look like this and they have more of the oval shaped bottle. Now with this fragrance here, I've been watching this fragrance a very, 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 very long time, and I just went ahead and decided to just go ahead and just press the button. I was really hoping that one day my fragrance boutique would have eventually gotten it, but at one point they were saying that they were going to get the Zerjoff, and then another time they said that they weren't sure, so I was like, whatever. So let's just get right into the notes. The top notes are kumquat and lime. The heart notes are Italian iris, violet, Egyptian jasmine, lilac, lily of the valley. The base notes are vanilla, malt, ambrette, white musk, sandalwood, and cedar. Now, it really shouldn't have taken me this long to purchase this because these notes, every tier, there's something in there that I completely love. I love lime. I love iris. I love lily of the valley. I love ambrette. I love white musk. I love sandalwood. So it should have been a no-brainer, but it wasn't. So let's talk about the projection. The projection is about a 6. The CR is probably about a 4 to a 5. The longevity is about a 6. The gender profile is definitely women. All right, so the fragrance class is a powdery sweet citrus. Now, I know that sounds weird, but I'm going to break it down to you. The brand class is niche. Now, the reason why I give my own fragrance class is because although you can go online and look to see what they say, sometimes you just feel different about what they say the fragrance class is. I don't think it's set in stone nowhere as to this is what this is, you know, unless it's just undeniable. But on fragrance, I think that was Fragrance Net, it said that it was a floral woody musk. I don't really get that from this. This is more of a gourmand sweet citrus vanilla. So actually this fragrance, it smells, you definitely can get that orange in it, but it has this creaminess to it that it's undeniably a gourmand note. Oh my God. So I definitely think that the opening of it, you're going to get that orangey note because you got the kumquats and you have the lime. And the vanilla and the violet, it is very prevalent here. But this is just such a beautiful fragrance. It exudes femininity. This is one of those fragrances that you can comfortably wear to a wedding. You can wear it to a brunch. You can wear it. And even when I think about this fragrance and I look at the bottle, this right here, this didn't come on this. Those tassels come on the larger bottles. I just had this little tassel in a drawer and I said, I'm just going to put it on there. But it definitely make you think about those overly feminine galas that you can attend. And it just makes you feel really pretty. It makes you feel like you are a superior woman, but at the same time, it exudes that sweetness and that humbleness that most women, you know, we have. So the Dama Bianca, it is definitely a feeling it. I am definitely feeling this. Once I run out, will I repurchase? You know, things change and fragrances do grow on you. But as for now, I am definitely feeling it. So if you would, please share below any blind buys that you have recently purchased or any tips that you would like to share prior to purchasing a blind buy or that you follow when purchasing a blind buy. So I want to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. And do not forget, you are great. You, yes you are great. Bye-bye.